All right, for this week's video, I want to start you at a completely different angle. I'm now on the main floor, and we really have gotten a lot done this week. So right behind me, these doors here, that's what goes to the narthex. And so this is kind of like if you were walking out of the narthex, and you can see our big opening for our elevator. So that shaft has been built. We had drywall going in there, and now we're in what we're calling the narthex north. So this is that bit of an addition. The wood to my left there, those are those rolling timber doors that go into the sanctuary. So those have been protected during construction. And then you can see over here that the walls for the bathroom, the ADA accessible bathroom, have been built. And so they're beginning to do some work on the ceiling there. You can see where the stained glass panels used to be. And then right behind these orange carts, that's where you would walk through double doors into the fellowship hall. It's going to get a little dark back here as we go into the bathroom, but I do want to take you in here so I can give you a little bit of an idea of what we're looking at. So this bathroom here on the other side of this wall, that is the fellowship hall. And so where we are in here is that back here, you can see that there has already been piped in. Right down there, it's very dark, so you maybe can't see it, but that's where the toilet will be. It'll be hanging off of the wall, great for cleaning, and then we're gonna have a sink that's gonna be next to that, and then there will be a fold-down changing table right here. And all of that, this size here is intentionally made so that it can be an ADA bathroom, but it also has enough space in it that it can be for caregivers and companions, which could include children or those who have additional needs. Overhead, you can see they've been working to put the vent for the plumbing that eventually will go through the roof. But as our contractor said, that is not happening until the roofers are back on site. So then you'd walk out the door here and we'd be in the narthex north. There's going to be a much more pretty overlook here with some balusters, and then you can look down and you can see that they've actually already cut the opening into the side. So that is where the new door will be. That'll be the ADA accessible door. So I'm going to take you down the stairs. So behind the wood up here, that is where the stained glass windows are on Hoyne Avenue. And then you can see we've got a generous size, not too big, not too small, staircase here so that people can easily go up and down. And this is going to connect the two floors really nicely. You can see where the old doorway was that has now all been closed up. And then we turn here and go down a few more steps. And this gets us to the landing that is at grade. So this was that doorway that I mentioned upstairs. And if you were to come in, then this is where the elevator would be that you could take up to the second floor, or you could take down to the lower level. And so we've got some more stairs built down here as you head down. And then eventually you would walk right through there into the social hall. And so if I turn around, this is the landing or the place where you would get out of the elevator onto the lower level. Back here, just in case you're wondering, nothing too exciting, but this little tiny room here in the corner is what's called the elevator mechanical room, the EMR room. So it'll have the mechanicals that we need for the elevator there. This window will be visible, and then back under the stairs here, this is where we'll find our sump pump located and some low voltage related stuff under here. And then they've had to temporarily move this for a lot of the work that they've been doing, but then you can kind of see on the ground there, that's where the wall will eventually fully be built across that will go into what will be the office eventually, but temporarily this will be where the nursery is located as well. And so if we come around on the back side here, you can see that they've built out that wall there. And so that will be all finished up and continue along there. There will be a small window right there just so that you can see into the office and the nursery at this point. You can see just some more plumbing work had been done, some cast iron plumbing, got things hooked up there. The big thing today was that we officially tapped into our water lines, and so they all have water in them now, which is really exciting, flowing up to what will be the kitchenette and the bathroom upstairs. So things are moving along really nicely, and we'll be putting in the officially putting in the order for the elevator here just shortly, and we look forward to welcoming you. Hopefully in mid to late January, we will have a weekend where they will clean up in here, and we will invite those who are adventurous and also interested and available to walk through, kind of get a feel for what it looks like, and see it for yourself. So thank you for your continued support, and we are moving forward in making this a place for all.